Hey, before I get started today, guys, I want to make a few quick announcements. The first is that I decided to retire my NPE series because you may or may not remember that I had this character, this ninja here, as my NPE series, and I just really wasn't having fun with it. Maybe I'll try again with a different character that I know how to play a little bit better. So I have decided to retire that series and to make this just a standard ninja class because I feel like that would be a lot more fun, and because a lot of people were asking for a ninja series or just to play the ninja in general. And so I'm going to get rid of all my old items here, and that makes it official. This is no longer an NPE series. I'm using all the kind of better ninja gear that I had in my vault. That's where I was like, repertoire? No, that's not the right word entirely. And so I've decided to just do a standard ninja class instead and just have fun with it. So, who's this? Star guy? LOL yourself, man. Oh, Shaggy Car. How's it going, buddy? Anyways, the other thing is that if you have not heard, and that means that you're probably living under this rock right here, kabam has sold Realm. I'm doing a great job today, guys, with my job here. Realm has sold. I just did it again. Oh my god. All right, let's try this one last time. Kabam has sold Realm of the Mad God to a new gaming studio called Deca Games. Deca Games is basically comprised of one of the... Wow, we just like tore through that. Of one of the old kabam executives, and hopefully, you know, some people who know what they're doing and have bought Realm, or it's been transferred to them so that they can keep the game alive and hopefully keep it in development. I did a video on this yesterday, so I'm not going to get into it too much, but I'm really excited for this, although I do understand that the people who are getting Realm for now on, you know, are from Kabam, so I don't know. I think it could be a good thing. So, oh, hello. Yes, I would love to do a cemetery. Oh, that's a shame. All right, well, whatever. Can't always get what you want, right? But if you try sometimes, you may just find that you get what you need. So I've also started, as far as announcements go, I've also kind of started to do daily Realm videos. We'll see how this goes. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do a 20-minute, 15 or 20-minute video every... Ooh, thank you. A 15 to 20-minute video every day for Realm, and instead of doing a 30-minute video every other day, and then also be able to do another video. So we're gonna try this out. We're gonna see how it goes. Hopefully it works out. If it doesn't, then we'll go back to what we had before, which was Realm Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and other stuff Tuesday, Thursday. But really what I'm trying to do is kind of have Realm as my, I guess, main focus, right? Just kind of like how we're doing it normally, but also have a second series at the same time. That is what I would love to do. So if we could get that to work, then that would be awesome. That would be amazing. And of course, you know, we got to just try new stuff every once in a while. So that is what I'm trying to do. That's announcements over for the day, unless I think of other stuff. I've been trying to think of a good topic for today's video, but for the most part, I've been thinking about politics and political stuff lately, and I don't want to do politics on my channel because I don't feel like, you know, I want to segregate my audience, first of all, and second of all, I don't feel like I'm super qualified to talk about that kind of stuff, and finally, because it's a personal thing that I don't feel like you guys really need to know, right? So I don't really feel like politics are a good thing to talk about. But that's what I've been thinking about lately. And the other thing is because a lot of the stuff going on for politics, like with Brexit and stuff, I don't live in Britain. I don't live in the UK. So there's, you know, I couldn't even vote for that. So no matter if I thought they should leave or shouldn't leave, it is irrelevant because there was nothing I could have done about it either way. And so talking about it, and like I said, I don't live over there. I don't know the political background too much. I do know a lot of people who live there, and I know the way that they wanted everything to go down. But other than that, I don't really know, you know, too much about what's going on. I do know the aftermath, but that's basically it. So I don't feel like I'm qualified or really want to talk about that. There's the upcoming U.S. election that is, I guess, Trump versus Hillary and maybe a few other smaller, you know, third-party people running. But I'm not going to get into that because that is a shit show right now. And I don't even know what side that I want to be on because, honestly, I don't really like either side. But to be fair, that's kind of how most political stuff is, from what I've found. Usually people kind of reserve themselves to voting for the lesser evil, if you will. And honestly, I don't even know yet. So don't ask me about it. I'm not answering questions about politics. It's not something that I want to really talk about on my channel. It's not why we're here. We're here to basically to have fun, not to have hate comments and stuff. Oh, that was a lot of damage I just took there. Or anything in my comment section. And that's basically all I want to talk about politics for right now. So yeah, that's why I don't really have a topic for today. And I've had a lot of people say recently that they really love that I usually have a topic to talk about. And honestly, that's kind of how I've built this series, right? We built this series. I've had that song stuck in my head for a while now as well. So that's kind of how I've built this specific series, is kind of, for, you know, a lack of a better word, is kind of like my podcast, you know, that's disguised as a Realm of the Mad God series. We talk about other stuff other than Realm for the most part as we play Realm, and hope that we don't die on our night, because we are awful at the night. Or not night, sorry. What am I talking about? Ninja. I keep wanting to call this the night. So I obviously need more sleep. So let's see if someone will help us out here with the horse. Maybe we'll just have a lot of people. No, I don't want to be slowed. No, I don't. All right, well, we killed that one. There we go. I feel like I have a lot of damage with this class, but not a lot of health, or I can't really take a lot of hits, I guess. I think that's kind of the reason why people like to play this one. It's not necessarily my favorite because I find it to be a very difficult class, but I think a lot of people really like the difficulty, and that's the allure behind. Oh dear God, let's mulligan that. I don't want to deal with that right now, and I don't want to deal with dying. So win-win, I guess, by just mulliganing and trying again. Oh yeah, that's right. Someone said that the alchemist is back. So I've never done that. What is this? I guess it's not something that I can do. Okay. What about this guy? Mystery box. What do you got? All right. Don't want to deal with that either. All right, let's get back into it. So I've had a lot of people, I guess, comparing me recently to other Realm YouTubers. Had somebody today is like, oh, I like you better than, I was like, GXHD or something. I apologize if I don't remember this guy's name. I'm going to check out their channel a little bit later. But to be completely honest with you guys, I don't really watch other Realm YouTubers. And the reason why is because I find that most Realm YouTubers have kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? More like montage-based clipped type stuff, and it's not usually the kind of stuff that I like watching. That's one of the reasons why I structure my videos kind of like a podcast, is because I find that most of the other Realm YouTubers don't. And so this is my niche that I've kind of carved out for myself. So I've watched Bakuri Box's stuff once or twice just to kind of get a feel for how his channel is, and I've watched Silver Dollar I think once. I think out of everybody, his is the stuff I can kind of relate to the most, because he does a lot of kind of talks and stuff a little bit more like my videos, you know? I think out of all the ones I've seen, which is not a lot, he is the closest. So, which isn't really saying too much, I suppose. Are we getting close? I wish this was Nilly's realm. We could see how close we're getting. Oh, maybe it's over here. Yep, I found it. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's not do that. Well, we found it, guys. We found it with our face. All right. What is this? Spells. Is there an opening here? No. I guess we'll go back to Cyclops. That's fun. So, I guess the point I'm getting to is I do have a lot of people that kind of compare me to other Realm YouTubers, and I don't think that's necessarily fair for either parties, because the channels are so different. They're, for the most part, from what I've seen, they're built very different. You know, let's go in here. Looks like someone went in there. Maybe we can find an easy dex potion. So, oh, okay. Or maybe we can find a hacker. He's gonna kill him before. Is it even worth? Is it even worth? Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. I guess we could still get some damage in here. Make sure we don't die though. There we go. Okay, we did get our dex. Well, hello, Mr. Hacker. You are now known to my channel to be a hacker, that's for sure. But I don't know. I'm not the Realm of the Mad God police or anything by any means, you know. I don't get the allure. I've used that word twice today. I'm proud of myself. I don't really get the reason why people would hack. It seems like it takes a lot of fun out of the game, but I guess some people just really like to play this game with tops, I guess, and that's how they get their jimmies rustled, is to just basically only play this game with tops and with fully maxed characters, and they don't really care to actually do the work themselves. I've actually seen a growing trend of people in my generation and the younger generation, I guess you could say, of people who don't really want to do the work. They feel entitled to everything, which is really too bad. I feel bad that that's what my generation is kind of comprised of, because quite honestly, if you feel entitled and you feel like you should, you know, always have the best job and the best car and that kind of stuff without actually having to work for it, then you may feel that you can skate by maybe with what's the word I'm looking for? High school, possibly. And then real life is gonna come and give you a quick kick to the nards, and you'll find that you can't live your life that way. So you'll have a stark realization later that you have wasted away all of the time that you could have been learning to do stuff, and have spent it just kind of bullshitting your way through life, and then you'll find that you'll be worse off later on when you actually, ooh, hello, defense potion, when you actually have to do something. So I don't know. It's not my job to judge you. I'm just giving you a warning, because that wasn't a defense, that was a speed. Because I kind of went down that path a little bit, you know. I breezed through a lot of high school as far as math and science and stuff. Got a a job in went into engineering after that, and found that. Yeah, where's that horse at? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Would really love a cemetery to really ring out the second half of this video, but I don't know. When I got into college, I was like, oh, I know this, and then that's when all of the harder stuff was, and then that's when you're like, oh, I should have been learning to study, and I should have been getting good study habits while the easy stuff, was on my plate. Now the harder stuff's on my plate. I don't have good study habits. I'm a little bit screwed, and I have to learn all my study habits right now. So that was, oh, hey, look, Everin, Roman the Mad God, the hacker, is back. All right. So, and of course, he could not be a hacker, but that's certainly what it looked like on my screen. But whatever, we still got our loot potion from that anyways. So, I don't know. Basically, what I'm saying is, you'll find that your life is easier, and this might sound counterintuitive, when you do the harder work, right? When you do the harder work, those are the type of people that employers want and are looking for, and that'll make it easier for you to get a job. If you do a hard work when you're working, then you'll get promoted more easily, and you'll find yourself to have better opportunities later in life, I guess, is where I'm getting. I don't want to be preachy. It's not my job to be preachy to you guys or tell you how to live your life. I just want to let you guys know what has worked for me. So that's, take it or leave it. That's what I've got for you for today. So I don't have anything else really to talk about. I mostly just don't want to die on this night. I'd really rather not die on my first episode of a new character, but sometimes that can't be helped. I am finding this a little bit more difficult of a class, so I'm treating it a little bit like the archer with my secondary, and I know that you can also use your secondary to speed yourself up if you need it, but I found that whenever I do that, it messes up my dodging, and I usually dodge into crap, and then I die. So maybe that's not the best way for me to use my secondary. I don't know. So I'd feel much better if I had my defense and everything maxed out, I guess. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually, as long as we don't die. And of course, we have our necromancer in the background. I'll probably do one of this, one of that, one of this, one of that, kind of back and forth type stuff until we get the hang of one of them, or until our character dies and we start a new one. So that seems to be working so far. Nice robe, brah. Thanks, brah. Feel like I'm back in high school again there. All right. There we go. Did we kill it already? Wow. Well, we didn't get anything. Any drops? Anybody? Nothing? I really want a new leather armor. That's my next goal. New leather armor would be great. But hopefully, we'll see. What do you guys got going on? I've been very, very busy with work lately, so much so that I haven't really been able to get on too much other than just recording. I was able to play a really fun game of Counter-Strike today that I'll probably put up, but I'm not quite sure if I'm really able to, because the people I was playing with were using a lot of licensed music, I guess, copyright licensed music in their while they were playing it in the background, and it was a lot of fun, but I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna get copyrighted out the wazoo for this, so not quite sure. I would love to post it for sure, but we'll see. So, time to go warrior then knight. I'm missing my night right about now. I'll say that for sure. For surezies. All right. Come on. I guess the good thing about our secondary being speedy is we can escape. Like if there's a god wall chasing us, we could escape from that more easily. That's for sure. All right. Let's see, maybe we'll get something good here. Use our secondary a few times and hopefully we'll get something. Nothing. All right. All right. Well, we'll do one more here. Oh man, we're already at 20 minutes. I think this is the last one, so we'll do this and call it the episode. Let me know what you guys think about having the daily 20-minute episodes instead of the every other day 30-minute episodes. I think we actually end up getting 10 more minutes worth of Realm a week, but I know a lot of people didn't want the shorter episodes because they were afraid to have to. They wanted more Realm. They didn't want to have to wait the extra bit, you know. But I think instead of doing every other day, if we do them every day, then you don't have to wait for new videos as long, which I think was why a lot of people wanted the longer videos to tide them over the extra day. So, all right. There we go. Really use some better armor. That would make me feel much better. Better armor and more defense. Oop. I heard a drop. Anything good? No. All right. I don't think this is the boss. I think it's the one after this. I think so. Oh, come on. There we go. Anything good? T6. Don't want it. Nothing good there either. Yeah, this is it. All right, let's get behind all these tanks here. We'll get right there. All right, hopefully, keep your fingers crossed for me, guys. I'm gonna need it. Oh, well, I got some good stuff. Get out of the way before we get killed. All right, Vit and a Wisdom, which is awesome. I didn't even use my secondary, I don't even think. Anything good? Hopefully. No. Could really use some better armor, please. Oh, what is this? T8. All right, nothing good. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here. Let me know what you guys think of the new video format as far as 20 minutes, 5 times a week, instead of... still nothing good. Instead of 30-minute, 3 times a week videos. That's all I got. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an excellent rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode.